Well, we had a bear here last night. Oh my gosh, Aruz. Today is November 21st, day 326, and 40 days left in 2024, 89.07% complete with the year. We did have a bear here. It left big old, I don't know, is it bear scat? But definitely pile of bear poop full of berries and all kinds of stuff. I have seen a bear. It was beautiful. Very honestly, I've heard that they're not, I mean, I've seen them on TV and stuff, but it actually came out. It was about maybe, I don't know, not very far from me, like 20, not very far. Like I could throw a rock and it would have hit the bear, but I wouldn't have thrown a rock. But anyway, it came last night. I don't know. I took the puppies out a couple of times last night, and it was, and I didn't see it. Took them out 3 times, like 10:30, 1 something, and then 4 something. So it came in between some of that, it came between the 1:30 and the 4, because I saw it then. Anyway, so wow, where was it when we went out? Okay, so I am Lenny Wennerstrom. I'm here to help you find your purpose. And that's, living in the mountains. You're going to find some wild things, and just cleaned up a bunch of poop from pack rats or who knows what when we were in Amarillo. And they kind of moved in. We cleaned up a lot of it, but we had a lot more to clean up. I said, you guys could stay here. I was talking to them, wherever they are. You guys could stay here if you just would clean up your mess. We could live here together if you just didn't chew up all the furniture, all the cushions and everything. I don't think they're going to do that. So anyway, so November 21st, here is your passage. Oh, and what I do, I'm here to help you find your purpose. And one of the things I do is I read Dr. Shad Helmstedter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. It's a leap year. And so there's really 366 days this year. But that's why 326, it's day 326 and 40 days are left. Wow, we can do that math, right? So here is your passage. I am mindful at all times of the greater purpose in my life. I may live each day in a necessary way, but my life is more than each day I live. And isn't that so true when you think about that? When you think about what you really are, and we know we are spirit or the light or whatever you want to call that higher divinity that each of us are. We're not just the human, we're also having that spiritual journey, which we're both the spirit and the human at the same time, which is amazingly beautiful. And but we think that we're here because, like, I can touch, not you, but the camera. I can touch the tripod, I can touch the book, I can touch all this stuff. And I can touch me. Ow, my ring. That was a good one, Lenny. But, we feel like there's so much matter, and matter is energy, but everything is energy. You are energy. I'm energy. Everything is energy. And if we talk about the particle and the wave, and you talk to a scientist or quantum physics, however you want to see that, it's 99.99999, I don't know how many nines, percent the wave. And the particle is 0.9999 something, 0.99, something like that, or 0.9, whatever that is. It's minuscule compared to, so everything you touch, everything, we're energy. And there's so little particle, there's so little matter compared to energy, the wave. So anyway, I find that fascinating. And this is when I talk to you, and the reason I'm telling you that is if you think about the creating goals, setting goals, because here we come back towards another end of a year, or another end of year. And all of a sudden, it's like you're seeing probably in your inbox, just like I'm saying, you can still hit your goals. You can still make 24 a good year, move into 25 and all this stuff. And it's like pound, you can reach these goals. And I think a lot of people have, and I speak for myself when I say this, but a lot of people have like almost not trauma, but it's like goals. Like, okay, I'm going to set them and get kind of excited about goals. But I think there's this heaviness about a goal. And I think that, at least for my clients and a lot of people I speak to, it's because a lot of people have not had success in reaching their goals. And the reason they haven't had success is because they haven't really learned how to set a goal. There's, okay, you set your 5-year, your 10-year, all of this. Well, how about if you just set a 1 year, like where do you want to be in a year, and then set your, like say 6 month, and then like each week, and then you have your daily, like what you're going after daily. What I teach, Dr. Shad Helmstetter created it, and it's called active goal setting. And what I call it is, I call it active goal setting because that's what he created. But what I share about it is you're moving from the invisible, all that 99.99%, the energy, the scalar energy, just you're moving energy, and you're saying, and you're directing your life, you're directing that energy, and you're bringing it into the visible world, into the material world, whatever that is. You know, your bank account is bigger, you bring a child into you create a family, or you have children, you buy a house, you have a car, you get new clothes, you have a Christmas tree. You know, it really is, you are creating, you build a business. It's I thought Lynette was talking to me, she was talking to Feather. So that's when you understand how very powerful you are, and that you are moving that energy and creating what you want, you are directing that energy. All of a sudden, there's a little more power behind it, and there's a little more excitement because it's empowering, because you're the one doing it. And if you know the exact method as to how and what to set a goal around, which is what I do with my coaching clients, which I would love to coach you if you're interested. You know, if you feel like you are lacking something in your life, otherwise you're successful in life, but yet you feel like your life is not your own and something is holding you back, and you don't know what, you keep trying and trying, but you're tethered to planet Earth, and maybe tethered to a family member, a spouse, or meaning that things, you just don't feel like things are right. Maybe you have a lot of debt, and you just feel so tethered to planet Earth, or to others' expectations, societal expectations, or any of those things. This is the time when we start feeling and reassessing, like, oh, there's an end of a year, and we're going to be starting again. So why not start on the right foot? Why not start before the year ends and really focus on what you want, and set the right goals, the ones that you're going to achieve. Not, I'm going to go to the gym every single day. You know, that's so general. That's not telling your brain. We talk about neuroplasticity. The brain saying, great. And then there's no help from the brain to help you do it. You're going to go off your old programs, which are to not go to the gym, or you'll go for a month, or you go until February. That's when in February, pretty much everybody just drops out. And I mean, most people, that's kind of how it goes. So the gyms are always like, get into the gym. They have all their, their sales and everything. And then everybody's like, I'm going to get in shape this year. And darn it, if it doesn't come February, and then I'm too tired to get up, or even, 2 weeks in, or I'm just going to sleep in this day, and all of that. And then what happens, it just goes back to those old programs. And none of this is your fault. None of the stress, worry, depression, none of these things. That's the brain works. When you understand how the brain works, and when you understand neuroplasticity, all of a sudden you start understanding how very powerful you really are, and that your thoughts really do matter, and what you think, what you say, all of it matters, and it's very, very powerful. And so I'm talking a lot about this because your purpose. What is your purpose? What is that overarching reason that you came here to planet Earth? Or why are you here on planet Earth? What is that overarching reason? What did you come here to do? And when you nail that, and you don't have to nail it right away, and we've been talking about it all year long. In fact, we started November, in mid-November of 23 of last year, starting talking about your purpose. And then we started January 1, like, to find your purpose. And the more that you focus on what you want, like a goal, like my goal is to, you always write your goal starting, my goal is to, and to find my purpose by December 31st of 24. If you haven't done that, it's like, start working on it, put your focus on it, and then you're moving that energy. And there's you write down your obstacles, and then you write your action steps, and that becomes your blueprint for how you achieve your goal. So if you look for spiritual is a setting goals as a spiritual practice on my in my YouTube videos, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So we're going to spin this around. My sister's going to be here. She's from Carson City, Nevada, so she's on her way. She's probably like 10 minutes away. So I just wanted to get my video in first. I should have probably said wait and brought her to so you could notice. I mean, you could meet her maybe tomorrow. That would be kind of fun. So you are mindful. Remember, we're spinning it around now. This is not how Dr. Shad wrote it, but this is your higher self or second person, like when you were growing up and your parents were talking to you or a teacher, and it's second person. So listen to it that way. You are mindful at all times of the greater purpose in your life. You may live each day in a necessary way, but your life is more than each day you live. So your purpose, your life, who you are, what you are, is way more than especially when it's intentional and you're conscious. And I do I do a video. I do a meditation every morning, and I do Joe Dispenza's his morning and the evening meditation, and I love that because it's starting a new day. It's 34 minutes, so it's not like the hour or however long and doing them, and so I can do it and I can get my day together, and then I can do my goals. I love to set my goals in the morning. I get up at 4 in the morning now since Steve has passed. My days are, I'm getting back into a rhythm, back into setting my morning routine, evening routine, my daily routine, because it's just been so all over the board. And so it feels really good to have that stability and security, if you will, to be able to get up and know what I'm going to do every day, and know that I'm actually designing my life every day, and I'm setting my priorities, my goals, my priorities, and all that kind of stuff, stretching and doing the things that are important to me. So hopefully this is helpful for you. And I'm going to read this one last time. I am mindful at all times of the greater purpose in my life. I may live each day in a necessary way, but my life is more than each day I live. And let's show you the sun went down. Look how pretty that is over there. And look, we cleaned up the deck. We had everything, you probably have seen it, but we put it just kind of like summer. But I've got to move that bike. That was Steve's bike. And anyway, so we don't have any cushions on the chairs because the mice. But, ¿qué dijiste? No, ya voy a acabar. Okay, she asked me if I had finished. I was like, nope, I'm finishing right now. So that's the story. I love you so very, very mucho. And I believe in you. You can do this. You can find your purpose. You can do, be, change, have, become, create absolutely anything. You are that powerful. And you are that empowered to do it. Your power comes from within. So I believe in you. And as always, shine my light to brighten yours. Tomorrow, we'll talk about if ever there was a time for you to live up to your best. This is it. We'll talk a little bit about that. That was just the first part of the passage for tomorrow. I love you so very, very mucho. And yes, you're so amazing. Thank you. And hopefully I get to introduce you to my sister Valerie tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.